Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread here for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe. And hey, flip on that notification bell as well. That way you get notified when this video drops and you get the best of the numbers with us. As we always do, we'll get to the cappers, see how we're doing, and then we'll get right to the three plays we got for you here on the Diamond here on Tuesday's slate. So let's try to tackle the books and cover the spread. Head on over to Al. How you doing here on this Tuesday, Al?
Yeah, I mean, as we said, it was a rough week last week, but here recording this on the Monday, hoping for a better one this one, and looking at some more MLB. We have the All Star break coming up, but we're not quite there yet, so still got some baseball to look at.
Whole another week of baseball to look at here before we even we see the All Star break. So hey. Definitely was a rough weekend for me as well. I got whooped. It happens. You hit one of those patches. So Monday pending. Let's hope that we have a better start to the week than what I ended last week with. So as we head on into Tuesday's slate, let's continue to try to stay hot. Head on over to Ramon. He's been hot. So hey, he's been holding us up here. So head on over to Ramon. How you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, I guess I had the no sweat winner of the week there on Sunday, 11-0 with the Cubs. There, I should have laid the super run line on that one. So got another week before we hit the break here, and well, these standings are kind of tightening up in some races and stretching out in others. So we got to find the winners in between on Cover the Spread.
Right, definitely. Since we're into the second half of the season of the MLB, as they say, so hey, let's get on to Tuesday's slate. First game we're looking at here. We speaking of the Cubbies, let's get to the Cubbies again, taking on the Minnesota Twins here in this one. This is Al's game. He's going to get us started. Cubs Twins here on Tuesday.
Yeah, we got the much hotter team with the much better starter here in the Cubs. Now we saw the Twins starting to turn things around a little bit. Unfortunately, couldn't quite hold on in their last one there. I gave it up in extra innings to the Rays. So 5-5 in their last 10. All right, not doing too bad there. But again, as I said, the Cubs been the harder team, 7-3 in their last 10. And with Imanaga on the mound, I expect him to have another great start against the team. He's done well in the past. Lineup he sees he's done great against. He's only allowed 2 hits and 17 at bats against them. And on the other side, you got Woods Richardson, who hasn't really pitched much against these Cubs, but they're hitting 400 against him in a small sample size here. Kelly's 1 for 2 against him. Kyle Tucker 1 for 1 with a walk. And he's Turner's 0 for 2 against him. So I guess Richardson does have that going for him. But again, big pitching advantage here for the better team, playing the better baseball right now. I'm taking the Cubs here. You could just go run line if you want, but I'll take the money line here if I can as well. I'm taking -1.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Cubs or Twins here on Tuesday?
Yeah, with Imanaga going, I mean, we'll still get a pretty strong outing, I'm sure. He already had a great effort against the Twins last August, 7 innings and 10 strikeouts, giving up a couple of hits and a couple of runs. That's pretty impressive for Imanaga. I think Woods Richardson with him at home, yeah, he's got the 4.4 ERA, but I think it'll be a little bit better at home here. Anyway, you got Minnesota 11-18 to the under as an underdog, and they are 9-14 so far to the under in their interleague games. So with it in Minnesota here, I'm going to end up on the under here in this one, guys, with Imanaga and Woods Richardson on Tuesday. Under and Cubs and the Twins.
And for me here in this one, kind of with you, Ramon. I'm gonna say we can get through that first inning. Give me the Nerfy here in this one with Imanaga on the bump, and then Woods Richardson. I think he can get us 3 outs as well. He's been actually pitching pretty good over his last few starts. Has Wood Richardson for the Twins? Definitely. There's a lot of teams that would have him on his team, on their team over his last 4. We have seen some bumps, but I think he can get us those 3 outs. So give me the Nerfy here in this one on Tuesday. All right, that wraps up the first game we looked at. Let's head on over to game number 2. We got Texas taking on LA here in this one. This is Ramon's game. He's going to get us started here in this one. What do you like, Texas or the Angels here on Tuesday?
Yeah, believe it or not, these teams are separated. I was talking about it. I don't know if it's pennant impacting right now, but just separated by half a game in the standings. I think the perception would be the Rangers are the significantly better team, or at least a little bit better team. But the Angels have been doing such a nice job over the last month or two, kind of closing the gap, playing well. And these teams also about 4.5 games out of the wild card, with Houston kind of getting away. All these series are going to become important. You got Eovaldi here going up against Soriano, and you got Soriano going here at home. So, look, he's got some rough numbers actually against Texas, allowing a 325 batting average to the bulk of this lineup coming into this one. So I might have some concerns here actually, because Eovaldi, he's always been strong against this Angels team for sure. And you got some of these guys in this lineup with some poor results. So guys like Renipo, 1 for 10, Ward, 3 for 14, Soler's 0 for 4, Neto's 0 for 3. So I'm going to go with the Rangers here in this one. The Rangers had entered this series with 5 straight wins over the Angels in Texas. Actually had won 6 of the previous 7 meetings between the two teams coming in to this series when playing in Anaheim. So I'm going to take the Rangers in this one on the road over the Angels on Tuesday.
Head on over to Al. What do you like here in this one? Texas or the Angels here on Tuesday?
Yeah, as Ramon mentioned, some of these guys hitting Soriano really well, and that's what I'm going to look at here. I'm going to look at a couple props. You got Jake Berger. Has 3 hits and 3 at-bats with an RBI against him. You get a nice, should get a nice plus money on him to get us an RBI. A bit less plus money would be Corey Seager, but I think it's still well worth it there. He's got 4 hits and 5 at-bats with a home run and 3 RBIs against Soriano. And honorable mention to Dos Garcia, who hasn't particularly seen him, hasn't seen Soriano particularly well, just 1 of 5 against him, but hitting the ball well here. And he has, where did he go? My bad. He has 49 RBIs on the season, and he has been hitting the ball well. Sorry, I have a bunch of notes open here. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. Hasn't had the home an RBI in his last 4, but had 7 RBIs in the 2 games before those. So look for him to get an RBI here in the game. I see the Texas offense getting going a little bit in this one. So I'll take a shot on those 3 guys to get an RBI.
Hey, for me here in this one, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to take the under here. We've seen 3 games already between these 2 squads, and mind you, it wasn't Texas, but we hit 3 unders in that matchup. As you alluded to, hey, Soriano did give up quite a few hits in that game, but he only gave up 3 earned runs earlier this year. Give up 10 hits in that game, so you figure 10 hits, that's going to equate to a whole pile, right? Well, for some reason, he must have had a whole lot of base runners left on in that thing, because he only gave up 3 earned runs in that one, surprisingly, in the 5.2 innings. Texas got the win 3-1. So we've seen lower scoring ones this year between these 2. I think we continues here. I think Eovaldi can deal for Texas on the bump. And I think Soriano, we've seen him over his last few. He's not horrible. Definitely not horrible at all. He had a couple little bumps here and there, but him at home, I think he deals as well. With the under Texas Angels here on Tuesday. All right, that wraps up game number 2. Let's head on over to the final game we're looking at here. This is the game I like. We got Philadelphia in to take on the Giants here in this matchup. Game 2 of the series. Game 1 goes on Monday. And looking at this one here, it's Robbie Ray on the bump here for the Giants. And, man, he's been rolling right along, 3-2 in his last 5, and playing some pretty good ball is Robbie Ray. I like him here. Sub-2 ERA most of the time. Definitely doesn't give up more than 3 runs in most of his starts. They like when he's playing as well. 4 wins does the team have in his last 6 starts. So I like the Giants here in this spot. Why? Because they're going against somebody named Taijuan Walker. And, well, he's not been very good for Philadelphia. I think he should stay where he was been, and that is a reliever. I guess he probably complained a little bit and said, hey, I want to start here. Well, you haven't fared so well against the Giants. We already seen an earlier game where he went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, couple home runs. We know Taijuan Walker's good for giving up the long ball. I think the Giants can get to him early and just continue to pile on. Either way, it's Robbie Ray Day. Give me Robbie Ray and the Giants here on Tuesday. Thanks, Everett. Now head on over to which way was he started? We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go that way. Well, I don't know where the hell to get us started here in this one. What do you like, Philadelphia or the Giants here on Tuesday?
Yeah, sorry. I'm a little bit off here. Sorry, guys. I agree. I like the Giants here to get the job done in a low-scoring game. The wind will be blowing out again, so you got that to worry about. But I think this one, with Robbie Ray getting the start. Now, as I said, I do expect the Giants to get the job done, but I think Walker does just enough to keep us under this total. I'll take this one to stay under.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one, Philadelphia or the Giants here on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm going to go right along with you guys and play along for sure with Robbie Ray going. There's just no reason right now, especially with this guy at home. I mean, he's starting to look Cy Youngish here a little bit with some of these starts, man. He's mowing them down in Philadelphia on the road, and some of the ups and downs that they're having here right now. Look, things are still going swimmingly for Philly, but they do have some woes on the road and some woes right here in San Francisco. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games at San Francisco. They've also gone under in 10 of their last 13 and under in 14 of their last 28 on the road, including 7 of their last 8 on the road. So I think the offense may have some issues here going up against Robbie Ray. In this one, Ray is 6-11 to the under as well. So I'm actually going to go with the Phillies team total under in this one against the Giants here on Tuesday night.
Real quick, if you don't mind here, this is what I was missing earlier. I liked Willie Adames to help us get the job done here for the Giants. He's been on fire and sees Walker well. He has 4 hits with 2 home runs and 8 at-bats against Walker. So I'll take Adames to get an RBI, and very tempted to take the home run prop as well there.
Definitely. Hey, that wraps up the 3 games we looked at here on Tuesday's action. As always, hey, let us know what you think in the comment section below of the 3 games we covered here for you today. And always, let's do a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Cubs taking on the Twins. This was Al's game. And he said, grab the Cubs here in this one. The Al special for sure here. Cubbies. And then we got Ramon, Texas. And the Angels. Ramon says take the Texas Rangers here in this one over the Angels. And the game that I looked at, Philadelphia taking on the Giants. I said go with the Giants here in this one with Robbie Ray on the bump. And that wraps it up for Tuesday's action. Let's try to smack it out of the park and do what we always do here. And that is cover the spread.
Cover the spread.